Hey everybody, good morning and welcome to the Wreath Workshop. I am Ashley Greenwood from Three Little Greenwoods Creations, and today we're going to make a Christmas wreath with the black and white and red theme. So a couple of years ago I made a wreath with these colors. A good friend of mine that I know in person purchased it from me, and I got to thinking how pretty it was and decided to remake it to list in my Etsy shop. So come on in. If you are watching right now, you are watching live on Facebook or TikTok. Good morning, everybody. Let me know that you're watching live by typing live in the comment section, but you may be watching the replay of this video tutorial over on Facebook or my YouTube channel. So just let me know where you are in the world. Let me know that you are watching live. Good morning, Vicky. I'm so glad you're joining me on TikTok. Good morning, Cammie and Carol. Let me pull myself up on my Facebook page on my tablet so I can keep up with comments on Facebook better. All right, here we go. Hey, Catherine, good morning. So let's talk about what we are starting with this morning. We are starting with a 14-inch grapevine wreath base, only 14 inches. And you may be thinking that is way too small. That's way too small. But you can take a 14-inch and make it as big as you want it. Good morning, Katniss. I'm so glad you're hanging out. Good morning, Kelly from Noonan, Georgia. I know where that is. So we're starting with a 14-inch grapevine. You could do 18-inch, you could do 16-inch. I typically use a 14 or an 18-inch. I've already got my bow made. It is gorgeous. I made this bow on a recent bow making Monday. Look at all that pretty ribbon. It's so pretty. We're going to make a bow with this. It's a big one, but that's okay because we're going to turn this little wreath into something big and amazing. So let's set this aside and talk about what I've got going on so far. I really like to start my Christmas designs with a bit of super cheap garland that I have cut up to length. So right here on this grapevine, I have about, it's probably like a 20-inch piece of really cheap garland. This is going to give me more substance for things to stick to. It is also going to bulk up the look really, really inexpensively. So tip for the day, use one of these. I just have them secured with zip ties. I'm going to take my wire cutters, heavy duty wire cutters. These are not the newest ones, but oh, here they are. Let's get the sharp ones. Seriously. I'm going to use the flat side of my heavy duty wire cutters and cut them off. Well, hello, Nick from Nick's Seasonal Decor. You are fabulous. I watch you all the time. Thanks for hopping in on my live. I'm going to cut these off, these pipe cleaners off, zip ties with the flat side of my wire cutter. Remember, this just gives you some bulk. It builds up the background a little bit, so maybe you don't have to use quite so much product. Now, I have an array of sprays that we're going to use. You know what I do. I go in my workshop or my warehouse, which is the room over the garage that used to be the children's playroom, and I just go through my supplies and I gather a bunch of stuff up. So let's start with these. Aren't these gorgeous? These are huge. They came from Michael's several years ago. I don't know. I haven't been to Michael's recently, but they probably have something like this. I am going to keep track of what I spend by putting the tags in my little bucket, my little cup, but I've got so many. All my cups are full. Let's dump these out in a little pile. Yesterday in my mini membership, we made a gorgeous, huge garland to hang over my front door for Christmas. So pretty. I'm so proud of it. It's lime green and red, but it's not a Grinch theme. Don't get it twisted. It's not a Grinch theme. It's just going to go with a sign that I purchased from Hobby Lobby. I'm going to make a wreath with it. All right, here's my plan. I'm going to take these pieces and just cut them off to insert in the wreath. Let's see if I can pull. Ooh, yay. I love it when things are wrapped in paper and they easily pull apart so that we can use all of the pieces. Sometimes they don't pull apart quite this easily, but when they do, it's amazing. Hello, Laura on TikTok. Welcome. You pull this. Hey, thanks for sharing. I appreciate that, Nick. All right, so deconstructed that. I'm going to save that. I'm going to save it nub. This is called a nub. It's a really, really big nub, but I'm saving it because I might need it. Leslie, how do you sign up for my mini membership group? I will come back into the comment section on Facebook when I am finished and give you a link. We have been doing, it's an 8-week mini membership. I've always wanted to test the waters of having a small group membership, and I have some fantastic ladies that are in my small group, and we've been meeting. We had our 6th class, so we have 2 left, but you can still get access to all of the tutorials that we've shared. It's all there in the Facebook group, and they're pretty awesome, if I don't mind saying so myself. All right, let's get busy. So I'm going to take all of these and build up the shape of my wreath. Here's what I'm planning on doing. We're going to go up and out and down, just like that. It's going to be fabulous. And I might end up cutting some of these because they're really long, but let's just go for it and see what we like. Okay, so I'm thinking I'm going to go up about that high. So let's push this away. As I am inserting these, I am going to leave space for that big old bow because I worked really hard on it and I want it to be in the middle for everyone to see. So let's insert that this way. Y'all, my dog is up here. She started like moaning every time I go live. I don't know why, but that's her thing now. So if you hear the dog moaning, she's okay. Let me turn my hot glue skillet up just a little bit. I had turned it down because it was smoking. If your hot glue skillet ever begins to smoke, turn it down, okay? Don't just let it smoke. Let me see my comments on TikTok. Well, hello, everybody. Hey, Christine, good morning. Here we go. Let's pull this in. All right, I'm building up on the sides. Just playing around. I want you guys to understand that wreath making, it doesn't have to be hard. It doesn't have to be complicated. We are just playing with florals and greenery and having fun. Sometimes we get into the trap of buying, and never making. Give me a heart if that's you, okay? If you just love to buy, but not so good at making, you need to get out of that. We need to be using the things that we have. Oh, I see lots of hearts. Lots and lots of hearts. Oh my goodness. All right, here we go. It's building our shape. I'm going to come around on the side. Let's move that one up a little bit. I'm just going to yank it out and move it. If you put something somewhere and you don't like it, just yank it out. And if your glue is it has hardened, just hit it with a warm hair dryer, okay? That's all you got to do. Christine says she has bought so many things to make wreaths and ended up doing attachments instead. Well, listen, here's what you need to do, my friend. You need to make mystery boxes of wreath supplies and sell them in your Etsy shop and get it out of your space. I think that's a great idea. A lot of people really enjoy buying mystery boxes. Hold on. So I would do that. That's a really great alternative instead of just hanging out, okay? Let's try this again. All right, that's better. All right, let's cut this one. I'm gonna cut this one up. Don't be afraid to cut your things apart. I need a little bit of something over here. Just a little coming out of the side. Gonna kind of soften this a smidge. Linda, do I think Etsy is worth it? Yes, I do. I think it is work. You got to really learn how to do it. But yeah, I think Etsy's pretty awesome. Here's why. A lot of people get down on Etsy because they complain about the fees that Etsy has. But if you opened a Shopify site for your business, for your wreaths, you would be in charge of driving 100% of the traffic to that site. And that is hard work. Like, for real. So, Etsy has a built-in customer base. Those people come to Etsy because they know what they want to buy. They come to Etsy with their little card in their hand and they are looking for something. So yeah, I think Etsy's pretty awesome. It's just my opinion. What about my other wreath makers out there? What do you think about it? Would you recommend Etsy to a friend? I know some people do craft shows. I have said often that is not for me. Absolutely not. I am too much of an introvert. I don't like talking to people that much. So yeah. Hey, Derica's Designs, welcome. So glad you were hanging out with me today. Okay, so let's start cutting this apart a little bit. I'm just creating the shape of my wreath right now. All right. Let's put this one right here. So my bow is going to go up here in this area. So let's put this one behind the bow, right about there. Okay, perfect. Now let's add the bow before we get too far. So this is a bow that I made on one of my bow making Mondays. I go live every Monday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'd love for you to come hang out with me. Make sure you follow along my page so that you will get notified when I do that. This is a big bow. She's a big girl. She's about 12 inches across. She got lots of ribbon. On the back, I have a pipe cleaner. And that's what I'm going to use to attach it to my wreath. Hello, my friend Prudence. Prudence says, beautiful work. She came across my page a few days ago. Awesome. I'm so glad to have you here. Thank you so much. Let's attach this about right there. Ooh, look how much space is that taking up. I love it. Big bows take up a lot of visual space, which means that you don't have to add quite so much product to your wreath, okay? It really can help you stretch your dollars a lot. So I like big bows, and big bows just make me happy. Now, as I attach this on the back, I am not going to pull this so tight that it is going to smush my bow and collapse it. I'm not doing that because I worked hard on this. So it's it's secure. It's not wobbly, but it is not sucked into the wreath. Do you guys understand? Give me a heart. If you do, tap, tap, tap. I'm going to twist it on the back. I really like this color scheme. I'm going completely different for my Christmas tree this year. So yeah, I've been buying new things, not a lot, just a little bit of new things. I have to share with you guys what my theme is going to be. I was inspired by a friend of mine who has a blog. I found her tree and I'm like, I gotta make that. I totally have to make that. Let's see. Do I still use the Easy Bow Maker, Jody? Absolutely, every day. I cannot hold enough ribbon. I can't hold all that ribbon in my hands to make that bow. But I can do it on my Easy Bow Maker. I love it. If you want to get an Easy Bow Maker for yourself, on Facebook, just comment Easy Bow Maker. I'll come back in and drop the link for you. If you're on TikTok, simply go to my homepage for my profile and click that link. Scroll down to where it says Shop Like Ashley, and there is a button that says Easy Bow Maker. Easy peasy. All right, next, I have some sprays with some berries. Isn't that pretty? So let's add some of these. I'm going to see if I can add it whole. I doubt I'm going to add it whole because, you know. Thanks, Nick. I appreciate that. I love it when I can add things whole, but sometimes you got to have a little bit more control over doing it. Let's go ahead and cut it. Oh my gosh. About right there. I need Santa to bring me a new pair of these. Okay. Let's just see what it's going to look like. We're going to do what I call dry fit. We're going to put it in there, see if we like it. Oh, that's pretty. Oh, I like it. Just the whole thing. Boom, dropping it in. Let's do another one. Let's do another one on the bottom. Now, I should have done this first. Guys, when you get your sprays and your picks from the store, they're going to be pretty flat. We want them to have dimension and come to life. So let's just take a few seconds and kind of gently, without popping anything off, just kind of pull things up a little bit. Just a smidge. So it's got a little bit more depth. You can see it, right? Let's cut this off. Oh, love it. Okay, let's do the one on the bottom first. I've got about 4 inches. I am going to insert it up under the bow, but I don't want to smush my bow, okay? So let's be careful. A little bit of hot glue out of my glue skillet. I love my glue skillet. When I realized that there were makers making wreaths and not using a hot glue gun that you have to hold and pump the whole time, I was like, totally in. Let's do the one on the top. Let's bring it to life. You paid for all of this. A lot of times these berries just come off. If they do, just add a little dab of glue, okay? Just a smidge. Okay, I'm gonna pull my bow forward so that I don't get glue on it. A little bit of hot glue. There we go. Perfect. Now you're going to notice that I got a lot up here, I got a lot right here. I don't have very much on this side of my bow, and I don't have hardly anything on the inside of my bow. You always need to put something around your bow to support it. So let's turn that way a little bit. I got another one of these really pretty sprays that I'm supposed to be keeping up with how much I put in here. No, I don't think that's it. It's important that you know how much money you have in each project, okay? Especially if you're selling. Let's cut this into 2 pieces. I'm going to put them on this is my left. I know it's backwards on TikTok, I'm so sorry. We're going to put I'm going to put this on the left side behind the bow. Or right about there. So pretty. I love how the cedar is just totally flocked or snowy. And I love the red berries. Okay, so here's my dilemma. I want this to come up just a little bit more, and my stem is just a bit too short. So I'm going to add a steel pick on this. If you don't have a steel picks machine, you can always just use a wooden floral pick. So let me do that really fast. So this is a steel pick. It is a very, very sharp. So be aware and be careful. Get some glue. Move that bow out of the way. And just insert it right back here. That's really pretty. All right, so here's what we've got. You see how I went around back behind the bow? Someone said the steel pick machine was the best investment you've ever made. Are you talking about the steel pick, Christine? Or are you talking about the hot glue gun, the hot glue skillet? I love my steel pick machine. I did not have one for a really long time. And I saved up my money because they are quite pricey. I love it. That's amazing. Let's cut up another one of these because I got some little emptiness going on right there. I think this is more of a contemporary twist on the farmhouse look. You know, guys, it's not just black and white or gray. I am really not a farmhouse color scheme kind of girl. I love color. Color makes me really, really happy. So I'm not really into all the grays and the black, but it looks great with these red berries. Okay, let's see. I'm going to keep it whole. I'm going to try it, okay? Candy is asking, do I have a stem cutter? I do have a stem cutter. And I have opinions on it. And I don't really like it. Anyone else have a stem cutter that they enjoy using? I bought one because I thought that I would love it. And I thought it would make my life easier. But honestly, I don't really care for it. I don't. Hey, Prudence, I'll come in and give you the link for the hot glue skillet that I love, that I recommend. I bought a lemon hot glue skillet a couple of years ago. It was stinky. It was bad. So I'll send you the one I like because I have one that I really, really like. Where do I get the flowers and the picks? I love to buy all over the place. Of course, I shop at Hobby Lobby and a little bit at Michael's, Walmart. But I have a wholesale company that I love. I love ordering online and supporting the small business wreath supply companies like Brian Lane Designs and Nick's Seasonal Decor. I have a whole list of where you can purchase things. So I'll come back and drop you that link. Hey, Sally from Kings Mountain, North Carolina. I'm so glad you're here today. All right, so we've really got our shape going on all around. I might need something up here, but we'll address that later. Actually, I have this random little guy I'm going to stick in there. I found him when I was checking my Christmas supplies. It's important that you keep up with what you have, you know what I mean? So, I was just checking to see all the things that I have. But yeah, that looks good. And I found this. Margie is asking, will I be making this bow for purchase? I would love to make this bow for you to purchase. Margie, if you will send me a direct message on Facebook, we can work something out because I have supplies to make like one more of these bows. And this wreath will also be for sale. So if you are looking at this and thinking, oh my gosh, I need it, I can hook you up. Okay, let's see. So I have a couple of these left. I'm going to hold on to them. I have, well, first, let's do this. I got these little balls from the Hobby Lobby. I've had these for several years, and I think they would look really pretty just kind of throughout the wreath. So let's see. I've got 5 of them. I don't know if I'm going to use 5 or 3. I like odd numbers, just so you know. Hey, Brock, if you will send me a direct message, I will share my list of the best places to get artificial silk flowers from. So just direct message me on TikTok, okay? All right, let's dry fit them. Let's put one there. Put one right there. Ooh, that'll fill up that space. I like that. I like that one. And I like this one. That's really, really cute. All right, let's do it. It's awesome to go ahead and dry fit your little ornaments or your picks in. You can kind of get a visual of what it's really going to look like, and you can easily change it. Also, if you were just a little bit unsure of yourself, if you should add more things or if you should just be done with it, take a picture. A picture will show you what you've missed. That's why it's awesome to be able to see it reflected in the cameras, because I'm like, oh yeah, that looks good. Okay, let's dip it in the hot glue skillet, and I'm going to come up here on my tippy toes. So there's one in. Smooth this around so you can see it. Guys, I love this wreath easel. I purchased it from a seller on Etsy. It's phenomenal. It's really lightweight. It's great. I love it. When I first started making wreaths, I made them on a command hook in my children's playroom. Because, you know, we get scrappy. We get scrappy. It's okay to do that. And then I graduated to a lightweight art easel that I stole from my daughter. She got it for Christmas. And I made wreaths on a super lightweight, super cheap art easel. And then last year I upgraded to this, and it's amazing. This is really cute. Okay, let's get this one. I love that these have sticks on them, stems on them. They make them make inserting into the wreath just super easy. And one more. I may have to cut this stem just a smidge. I like to cut them at an angle so that they go in easier. All right. There we go. Now, I don't like that there's nothing up under this ball. Good thing we got this. Cami on Facebook says you just got yours. Oh, you just got your easel, Cami? It's awesome, isn't it? And it's a small family-run business that makes these. They sell them on Etsy. If you want the link, I'll come back in and leave it for you. Just drop me a comment and say that you'd like the wreath easel, okay? I'm going to go ahead and use these. Because why save them when I can just put them in here? This one may be a little too long. No, I think it's good. Okay, Cindy, I'll go back and do that. My friends on TikTok, if you would like the link to the wreath easel, I need for you to send me a direct message to my TikTok account, because once this video is over, all of your comments go poof. So if you'll just send me a direct message, I'll make sure to get that link back to you, okay? All right, I'm looking. I still don't like that yet. I gotta add one more back there. Let's see where I can add it. There we go. That's good enough. That's good enough. Sometimes you have to know when to say when. Now I have one more little something something that I've been dying to use, but I don't know. I don't know. Oftentimes adding something with movement just takes your design just one step closer to awesomeness. So let's see. This came from Hobby Lobby. It's wrapped in paper, so I'm going to just start pulling it apart. I only want to use one stem, so I'm going to have to be really intentional about where I put this. Don't let me wrap these together. This one's probably going to need a steel pick. Isn't that pretty though? It's just like flocked pine. Sherry is asking how much will I list this for? So what I do, Sherry, is once I am finished, I add up everything that I've included in the wreath. And then I times it by 3. And that's usually the price that I list it for. That includes shipping. I have free shipping in my Etsy shop. But listen, shipping is not free. Okay, it's not free. So it is included in the 3 times the amount. It just helps me come up with a price. It's just a formula. I want you to understand that your time and your talent is worth getting paid for. Now, when you're first starting out, yeah, your stuff's not that great. So I would do it times 2. And once you get more experience and you start making sales and you just get filled with confidence that you are doing amazing work, then you just gradually increase your formula. I also want you to understand that pricing is not about emotion. It's not about emotion. It's not what I would pay for this wreath. It's what my customers would pay for the wreath. All right? So don't look at a design and think, I would never pay $250 for a wreath. You wouldn't, but there's a lot of people on Etsy that would love to pay that much money. So, note to self. That's my TED Talk for the day. All right, so I've got all these little pieces, and it's got little pip berries on it. So pretty. Hey, Leslie. Leslie Lee. Okay, let's just see what we like. I think I'm going to like it. I'm going to start going for it. Just going to go for it, okay? Now, I want to caution you about getting glue on these little pine pieces because they will shrink and melt in a skinny second. So don't do it. Be really careful because the hot glue just goes to those pieces. I'm going to start with this piece up here. Let me clear a path. Ooh, it's going to give it lots of movement. I like it. Let's put one over here on this side. I don't have many pieces, so I need to be really intentional about where they're going to go. That is so cute. Let's come down here on the bottom. Now, I don't want it hanging way down. Hey, Alexandra. I'm so glad. I would love for you to watch the replay. I thank you, Nick, so much for sharing my live. Lots of you are coming in from him sharing, and I truly, truly appreciate it. That's the best thing about our wreath community is we just lift each other up. So welcome, Mary. I'm so glad you're here. Because I believe in community over competition. Do you know how many doors are in America? There's a lot of doors. There's a lot of room for wreaths. So we can all be successful. Do not believe the lie that there are too many wreath makers out there, because it's not true. It's not true. There's room for all of us. Okay, let's use this big one. I'm going to go up under here. Guys, make sure to follow along if you love learning more about wreath making. I am a former kindergarten teacher, turned wreath maker, turned small business owner, and now I am combining my love of teaching and wreath making with all of you. Ooh, that's so pretty. Can I see it? How do I ship my wreaths? Ashley, that's a great question. You just got to do it, girl. You just got to do it. You're going to find a box that is just right for the size of your wreath. You can buy them on Amazon, and you just got to do it because you have to learn from doing. If you never do it, you're not going to learn. If you would like, I have a blog post about how to ship wreaths. Ashley, if you would send me a direct message on TikTok, I'll send you that blog post, okay? Yeah, they do take it to the next level, don't they, Connie? They really do. This is kind of worrying me over here, but I'll come around. I'll come back. See how lightweight that easel is? All right, let's put some over here. Up in the grapevine, okay? And I see that I need some more something over here. I got one piece of this left. Sally, which link do you need? The wreath easel? Let me know, my friend. That's why you need to turn your wreaths as you're working, okay? Because if you just kind of stay in one spot, you don't really notice that you're missing stuff. Jean says, where have I been the last 6 years? You love the way I teach. You are so welcome. Thank you. You just totally made my day. I teach like I taught kindergarten. Step by step, one thing at a time. Doesn't have to be perfect. I used to have some of my little ones that would get so upset about not having what they perceived as perfection, and it froze them in their tracks. And I know some of you are the same way. Don't get stuck. Just keep going. It's just having fun. If you mess it up, you can take it apart. You can start over. Okay, so I have 2 pieces left. And I need one right here. And I really need something going on right here. So let's just go for it. Oh no, I have another piece. Yay. Awesome. So these are not wrapped in paper anymore. They are just all loosey-goosey. So what I'm going to do is just put a steel pick on them. If you don't have a steel pick machine, you can just use a wooden floral pick. They work the same way. So here's what a steel pick looks like. It is a super sharp little thing, okay? Ask me how I know. It hurt me. I'm gonna come right up in here. Up on my tippy toes. Down in there. Adorable. Okay, I'm going to make another one. These are just little random pieces. They're not wrapped anymore. Kathy, how do you know when to stop? That's a great question. That comes with experience. That comes with just making a whole lot of stuff. And do what I said. Take a picture. Take a picture. Oh, Connie, you are so sweet. Connie says she bet that I was an amazing kindergarten teacher. I loved teaching little ones. It was really, really fun. I am grateful to have that experience. I am also grateful that I get to do this now and didn't have to deal with Halloween craziness. That was a couple of days ago. Because a little baby's cracked up on candy is crazy. Crazy, crazy. Okay, let me put a still pick on this one. One more. One more. I want it to go right here, but we need to figure it out. Cami says she's been making wreaths and bows for years and have learned so much by watching me. Oh my gosh. Oh, and Cami, excuse me. Cami is in my mini mastermind. Thank you, Cami. It's been so much fun. I really enjoy teaching in our little group. I've enjoyed it so much. I think I'm going to do a year-round membership in February. So stay tuned, everybody. All right. I think I'm done. Let's see, who is that? I think it's my next door neighbor because he got one of my packages. So hopefully he's just going to leave it on the porch. All right. Let's call it, everybody. Let's call it and be done. Now, this has a ton of glue strings on it. So I'm going to go in with a warm hair dryer and get all of those glue strings off. Isn't that pretty? Oh my goodness. Look at that. Connie says she is sitting there looking at the wreath on her board, thinking that she needs to add whimsical pieces. Yes, you do, girl. My neighbor's not giving up, but he's just gonna deal with it. Who is it? It's my neighbor. He knows I'm home. That is so pretty, y'all. Oh my goodness. Hey, listen, if you want this wreath, I'll be listing it soon. Let me know. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. Look at that bow. So it's farmhousey, but it's not like crazy farm. Yes, it was my neighbor. Now he's walking back to his house. I'm gonna have to send him a message. Say I'm so sorry. All right, my friends. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I really, really appreciate it. I would love for you to make sure you are following along. I'm on Facebook and I am also on TikTok. So just either place, both places, whatever you would like. Thanks for following my page, Alexandra. I'm so glad. Make sure that you get the free Christmas wreath bow tutorial. It is in the description on Facebook up there, and it is in the link on TikTok. There is a free Christmas wreath bow tutorial. There's also a Christmas tree bow, like a big bow tutorial as well. So just go ahead and grab those so you will have them and you'll be able to decorate your home with beautiful things this year. And there's also the Etsy shop. If you don't have time to make it, I can help you out. All right, friends, have a fantastic day. I'll catch you later.